Imagine swimming next to a huge, scary sea creature that sends shivers down your spine, right? You might not be a fan of some of the creatures we're going to discuss today, but they actually exist. Here are 15 sea and land creatures that look like they came from hell. Number 15. Atlantic wolffish. A set of braces wouldn't go astray here with this frightening-looking fish, known for its extensive teeth structure and hideous overbite. With both the upper and lower jaws armed with 6 fang-like teeth, 3 rows of crushing teeth, a total of 6 rows of molars, and serrated teeth scattered throughout its throat, there's little wonder this fish is called the Atlantic wolffish. Its teeth are what separate this fish from the other members of the Anorachatidae family. It has a similar appearance and general external characteristics of small blenioid or blennies, a common term applied to several families of percomorph marine, brackish, and some freshwater fish. The cylinder-shaped Atlantic wolffish has an eel-like body and is typically much larger than other blennies, with the biggest specimen ever recorded measuring a whopping 5 feet long and weighing just under 20 kilograms. They vary in color from a purplish-brown to a dull olive-green or bluish-gray, and have a dorsal fin that runs right along its back, with special adaptations allowing it to feed on hard-shelled animals. The spotted wolffish is a carnivore and is known by the name steinbit or stonecrusher in Norway. Inhabiting both the west and east coasts of the Atlantic, the adult fish has many predators, including cod and Greenland sharks. As such, they tend to hide under and between rocks for protection, making them difficult to spot. Although they look like a vicious monster, the wolffish is not aggressive and mainly feeds on slow-moving prey such as crabs and large snails. Due to the high concentration of an antifreeze compound in their blood, the Atlantic wolffish can survive in freezing weather conditions. However, it is in danger of extinction. Their population is declining thanks to overfishing, unintentional catching by fishermen, and habitat disruption from bottom-trawling fishing boats. Number 14. Vampire fish, Pyara. With a name like vampire fish, you would be forgiven for thinking these fish have fangs, and you'd be right, with one of their most notable features being 2 large, elongated fangs that protrude from its lower upturned jaw, and a diet that includes piranhas. It's easy to see where these teeth could prove helpful. For what is considered the craziest-looking fish you are likely to find in South America, under the murky, dark depths of the water surface are some exceptionally frightening-looking fish. Some are harmless, others are not. The vampire fish is one fish that is not to be messed with. Worthy of its reputation, this fish is not only creepy, it's dangerous, earning itself the nicknames saber-toothed tigerfish and waterwolf. Just imagine Count Dracula, but in fish form. Number 13. Marine hatchet fish. Imagine, if you will, a hatchet blade swimming toward you, teeth bared and lit up like a firefly. Shaped like a hatchet, hence the name hatchet fish. This sea creature has special light-producing organs that protect it against predators and help it to attract a mate. Ranging in size from a tiny 2.8 centimeters to 12 centimeters. These little fish feed off plankton and other small fish and are found in the tropical, subtropical, and temperate waters of the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Oceans. Their thin, silvery bodies are highly reflective, helping them blend into the shimmering light of the ocean's surface. Hatchet fish are also known for their ability to migrate vertically, rising closer to the surface at night to feed and descending to deeper waters during the day to avoid predators. Despite their small size, they are surprisingly efficient hunters, using their sharp vision to detect prey in the dimly lit depths. Scientists believe their bioluminescence may also play a role in communication, helping them signal to others of their kind in the vast darkness of the deep sea. Interestingly, their light-producing organs can be adjusted in intensity, allowing them to fine-tune their camouflage depending on the light conditions. The small deep-sea fish can live just a few hundred meters under the surface but are also capable of swimming in waters as deep as 1,500 meters. Certainly an odd little fish, it isn't considered dangerous, just very ugly. Unlike several other creatures on our list, the hatchet fish has exceptionally sharp vision and can collect the faintest of light, focusing on objects both near and far. Their bioluminescent photophores, like that of the female anglerfish's lure, allow them to use counter-illumination to escape predators lurking below them. This trick of light means the fish doesn't appear darker than its surroundings if seen from below, effectively creating a camouflage. Number 12. Deep Sea Octopus. Deep on the ocean floor, in fact, anywhere between 3,000 and 13,000 feet below the surface, lies an octopus that shares its name with Disney's Dumbo the elephant, known for his massive ears that enabled him to fly. This octopus appears to fly through the water, flapping its flippers. Like other deep-sea octopuses, the Dumbo octopus lacks ink sacs, so it cannot produce ink. It also comes in various shapes, sizes, and colors, and can change color to camouflage itself against the ocean floor, protecting it from predators. Members of the genus Grimpeteuthis, a subset of the umbrella octopuses. There are 13 species of Dumbo octopus, with an average size between 20 to 30 centimeters in length and weighing approximately 5.9 kilograms, 13 pounds. With very specific living conditions, these octopuses can only be viewed in their natural habitat. So sorry, folks, there's no chance of catching a glimpse of them at your local aquarium or pet store. The webbing between its tentacles and its ear-like fins gives the octopus an umbrella-like appearance, and their large eyes, although taking up to a third of their head, lack the lens required to navigate the eternal darkness of the deep-sea depths. It's likely the octopus can only detect shadows and movement. While the octopus's flapping fins are used to propel it through the water, its tentacles act like a rudder, helping to control the direction in which the creature crawls along the ocean floor. The deepest living octopus, the Dumbo, uses the suckers on its tentacles to locate food and sense the surrounding environment. With food relatively scarce, the octopus is known to be slow-moving in order to conserve its energy, only coming out of hiding to sneak up on, catch, and engulf its prey as it floats past. A Dumbo octopus is said to live between 3 and 5 years, and while some are trapped in fishing nets, their capture is rare due to their seafloor habitat. Rather than being considered frightening, their appearance is simply peculiar, and not unlike that of an alien, with a large bulbous head and 8 legs. Number 11. Chimera. From the outside, the chimera looks very much like a shark. However, they are only distantly related, with their last common ancestor living nearly 400 million years ago. Informally labeled ghost sharks, ratfish, spookfish, and rabbitfish, the chimera is a strange fish that appears almost transparent in parts. Lines across the peculiar fish's surface look like veins or stitched seams, and its big head, large eyes, and oddly positioned snout just add further insult to a fish that was already very ugly. Adding to its eerie appearance, the chimera's skin lacks scales, giving it a smooth, almost slimy texture that reflects light in strange ways. Its large, greenish eyes are adapted for the dark depths of the ocean, allowing it to see in near-total darkness. Unlike most fish, chimeras have a single gill opening on each side of their head, which adds to their alien-like appearance. They also possess a venomous spine in front of their dorsal fin, which they use for defense against predators. Their snout, which sits in front of its eyes, looks like a duck bill. Its large front teeth resemble those of a rabbit, and its body appears to taper into what looks like a long rat-like tail. It's truly a bizarre combination of several creatures and has even been labeled elephant fish, a name that arose due to the tip of its snout having a curled-up appearance like that of a miniature elephant's trunk. This poor, weird character just can't seem to catch a break. There's one bonus, however. Apparently, the chimera's bill-like, elephant trunk-type snout is useful for detecting prey. Covered in sensory organs, the fish can sniff out food even if it's buried. The deep-sea dwellers are known to inhabit most of the world's oceans except for the Arctic and Antarctic waters. Now it's time for today's topic. In the summer of 2024, marine biologist and seasoned diver, Ethan Carter, embarked on a groundbreaking expedition to an uncharted trench in the Pacific Ocean. The mission, funded by a renowned oceanographic institute, aimed to document undiscovered marine life in one of Earth's last unexplored frontiers. Equipped with cutting-edge submersible technology, Ethan descended into the abyss, unaware of the terror awaiting him. At 200 meters below the surface, Ethan's camera captured bioluminescent creatures dancing in the darkness. But as he ventured deeper, his lights illuminated something that defied explanation. A massive, otherworldly creature with translucent, pulsating skin and glowing, spiral-like appendages. Its eyes, unnervingly human-like, locked onto Ethan. The creature emitted a low-frequency hum that reverberated through the water, shaking his submersible. Panicked, Ethan surfaced, abandoning the dive. "I'm never going back," he told reporters, visibly shaken. "I think I woke something ancient." The footage sparked global debate. Scientists were baffled, unable to classify the creature. Some speculated it was a new species, while conspiracy theorists claimed it was a hoax. Ethan, however, refused further interviews, retreating into isolation. To this day, the mysterious creature remains unidentified, and the trench remains untouched, a forbidden zone of the deep. Number 10. Humpback anglerfish. Straight out of a horror movie, the humpback anglerfish is pretty much all teeth. Made famous through its appearance in Pixar's Finding Nemo, where the ghastly fish entices Marlin and Dory into a dark chasm with her glowing dorsal fin, the anglerfish can be found at depths between 5,000 and 15,000 feet. With a pitch-black appearance and a cavernous mouth spilling over with huge fang-like teeth, these terrifying beasts, although straight out of a Stephen King thriller, are considered one of the coolest creatures, with their lighted lure adding to the fascination. This bioluminescent fishing lure, or esca, sits on the head of the female anglerfish and is used to attract unsuspecting crustaceans, other fish and prey, or a mate. A muscular skin flap is used to literally play a game of hide and seek, with the anglerfish able to hide or reveal its lighted lure when desired. Other adaptations allow the deep-sea anglerfish to seize and swallow anything they find, with their large mouths and stomachs and long, pointy teeth helping them to easily facilitate the capture of a much-needed meal. The female is larger than the male anglerfish, with the male very small and non-predatory. In fact, they're so small they often attach themselves to their mates and effectively become like parasites, fused to their body, feeding from their blood and essentially just a sperm factory. Females have been known to carry 6 or more males on their bodies. Number 9. Amblypygi. 8 eyes? Who needs 8 eyes? Well, apparently the amblypygi does. The ancient arachnid, also known as the whip spider and tailless whip scorpion, may look terrifying, but according to experts, they are quite timid and delicate creatures. In fact, they've been described as kind of touchy-feely, as they're known to caress their young with their feelers and like to live together until sexual maturity. Their long, whip-like front legs, which can be twice the length of their bodies, are not used for walking but act as sensory organs, helping them navigate their environment and locate prey. These whips are covered in tiny hairs that detect vibrations and chemical signals, making them highly effective tools for survival. Despite their fearsome appearance, amblypygi are harmless to humans, as they lack venom and primarily feed on small insects and other invertebrates. They are also incredibly fast, using their speed to escape predators or ambush prey with precision. Some species have been observed using their claws to gently groom themselves, a behavior that adds to their surprisingly delicate nature. Interestingly, they are capable of regenerating lost limbs, a trait that comes in handy given their fragile bodies and frequent skirmishes with predators. Their unique method of communication involves tapping their whips against each other, a behavior that scientists believe is used to establish dominance or courtship. They do not build webs, as they have very long claws, and when they fight with each other, they appear to be dancing. What a fascinating sight that would be. Despite the fact they have so many eyes, the mainly tropical and subtropical amblypygi struggles to see, and while some species are subterranean, all are believed to be nocturnal, coming out to play in the dead of night. Too many teeth, large mouths, long legs, and multiple eyes. These creatures are a true marvel of nature. Number 8. Camel spiders. They became an internet sensation during the Iraq War of 2003, with tall tales told of large, venomous creatures wreaking havoc throughout the Middle East. Said to be half the size of a human and running equally as fast, these stories of the camel spiders proved to be greatly exaggerated. Rumors of their bloodthirsty natures were quickly quelled, with the camel spiders making history for all the wrong reasons. In reality, camel spiders are fascinating creatures with unique adaptations that make them formidable hunters in their desert habitats. They are known for their incredible speed, capable of running up to 10 miles per hour, which they use to chase down prey or escape predators. Their powerful jaws, which can make up nearly a third of their body length, are strong enough to crush small insects and even lizards. Camel spiders are also nocturnal, avoiding the scorching heat of the day and emerging at night to hunt. Despite their fearsome reputation, they are more afraid of humans than we are of them, often fleeing at the first sign of danger. Interestingly, they use their long legs not just for speed, but also to sense vibrations in the ground, helping them locate prey in the dark. The truth is, the camel spider is an amazing predator, just not one capable of eating a camel's stomach or that of a sleeping soldier. They aren't large either, and nor are they spiders. They are cephalopods. Although they have 8 legs and 2 body sections, just like spiders and scorpions, the camel spider is different enough to belong to their own species. The non-venomous, aggressive spiders live on every continent except Antarctica and Australia. Although they have large jaws and are considered big for a spider, with an approximate leg span of around 6 to 8 inches, the camel spider doesn't roam into horror movie territory with that description. We're not completely convinced. Number 7. Frilled shark. Described as more terrifying than a great white shark, the frilled shark is a peculiar creature that looks like a prehistoric mix between a shark and an eel. Fully grown, the shark can reach lengths of nearly 2 meters and is said to spend most of its time in the open ocean, trawling the deep, dark waters far below the surface. With fins placed toward the back of its body, the shark's swimming cycle closely resembles that of an eel or sea snake. Its unique body structure, with a long, slender frame and frilled gills that give it its name, adds to its eerie, otherworldly appearance. The frilled shark is often referred to as a living fossil due to its primitive features, which have remained largely unchanged for millions of years. Unlike most sharks, it lacks a strong muscular build, relying instead on its stealth and sudden bursts of speed to ambush prey. Its jaw can open exceptionally wide, allowing it to swallow prey half its size in a single gulp. Scientists believe the frilled shark's hunting strategy involves lurking in the shadows of the deep, waiting for unsuspecting prey to swim too close. Ferocious and active predators, the frilled shark is known to lunge at potential prey, swallowing it whole. They particularly enjoy squid but will eat a variety of fish and other sharks if necessary. Their long, pin-sharp teeth sit in several rows and are perfect for grabbing hold of the soft-bodied squid, devouring it in minutes. In fact, with its teeth numbering over 200, the frilled shark's victims have few options to escape. Very rarely encountered in the wild, these sharks continue to remain a bit of a mystery, with scientists basing what little they know on the dissection of sharks accidentally captured by deep-sea fishermen or by observing them in captivity. Number 6. Monstrous megamouth shark. An extremely rare species of deep-water shark and barely ever seen by humans, the megamouth shark is the smallest of the surviving filter-feeding sharks, alongside the whale and basking shark. Noted for its large, gaping mouth and rubbery lips, the megamouth shark is appropriately named and is said to swim with its mouth wide open, catching and sucking its prey inside whilst gliding along. A truly bizarre-looking fish, the shark's mouth is so large that it extends past its eyes. Its diet primarily consists of plankton, krill, and small fish, which it filters from the water as it swims. Unlike other filter-feeding sharks, the megamouth is thought to be a slow and somewhat clumsy swimmer, relying on its massive mouth to compensate for its lack of speed. Scientists believe it may use bioluminescent tissue around its mouth to attract prey in the dark depths of the ocean. This theory is supported by the fact that the shark is often found at depths of up to 15,000 feet, where light is scarce. Despite its size, which can reach up to 5.5 meters, 18 feet, the megamouth poses no threat to humans and is considered harmless. Its movements are thought to follow a vertical migration pattern, rising closer to the surface at night to feed and descending to deeper waters during the day. First discovered in 1976, fewer than 100 specimens of the megamouth have been either observed or caught. Considered a unique species of shark, it's believed to mainly operate during the day and appears to have no preference to the type of waters it resides in. They've been found in the shallow and deep waters of both Taiwan and Japan, but also the Atlantic, Pacific, and Indian Ocean. However, a lot about this rarely seen ocean-dwelling monster remains a mystery. Number 5. Goliath tigerfish. A large, predatory fish that lives in Africa's Congo River basin, the Goliath tigerfish has the striped appearance of a tiger but also crocodile-like features, making it both dangerous and hideous. Known to attack humans, badly injuring and even killing them, interaction with this specimen should be avoided wherever possible. Its dagger-like teeth make this monster a fierce hunter, with both its size, up to 1.5 meters, and weight, 50 kilograms, further enhancing this huge, muscular fish's killer reputation. Adding to its terrifying arsenal, the Goliath tigerfish has a bite force strong enough to crush bone, making it a true apex predator in its environment. Its teeth, which can grow up to an inch long, are so sharp that they can slice through flesh with surgical precision. The fish's ability to sense vibrations in the water allows it to detect even the faintest movements of potential prey. It is also known to leap out of the water during hunts, creating a dramatic and deadly spectacle. Despite its fearsome nature, the Goliath tigerfish plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of its ecosystem by controlling the population of smaller fish. Fishermen who dare to catch it often speak of the immense strength and fight it puts up, making it a prized but dangerous challenge. Some even believe that catching one requires not just skill but a certain level of bravery, or recklessness. Called Goliath due to its size, the fish predominantly feeds on fish it can overpower, using the calmer sections of the rapids to ambush its prey. Known for their keen eyesight, the tigerfish can easily detect its prey and quickly accelerates to chase it down and capture it. Considered to be one of the greatest freshwater game fish in the world, locals say the Goliath tigerfish is possessed with an evil spirit. Described as the ultimate river monster by Jeremy Wade of the documentary series River Monsters, the tigerfish is known as the fastest freshwater fish and can attack and catch birds in flight. Number 4. Komodo dragon, the world's largest lizard. The Komodo dragon not only resembles a small dinosaur, it's almost as dangerous as one. With a huge, dinosaur-like body and venomous saliva, these large lizards, with their yellow forked tongues and sturdy limbs, can swallow huge chunks of meat at an astonishing pace and can weigh up to 79 kilograms. Aided by the muscles in their jaws and throat and several movable joints, the Komodo dragon can open its jaw unusually wide. Their venom, a potent cocktail of toxins, prevents blood clotting and sends their prey into shock, ensuring a swift and deadly hunt. Once they bite their target, they often follow it for hours, waiting for the venom to take effect before moving in for the kill. Despite their fearsome reputation, Komodo dragons are surprisingly stealthy hunters, using their camouflage and patience to ambush unsuspecting prey. They also have an incredible sense of smell, using their forked tongues to detect carrion from as far as 4 kilometers away. And that's not all. The dragon's stomach, not unlike that of a snake, expands easily, allowing an adult to essentially devour up to 80% of its body mass in one sitting. They can also throw it back up again to lessen their weight and flee if a predator descends. Limited to a few Indonesian islands, including Rinca, Padar, Flores, and Komodo, the dragons sit at the top of their food chain and reside in tropical savanna forests, either on beaches or ridge tops, eating almost any kind of meat from small rodents to large water buffalo. Their young eat mainly small lizards and insects, as well as snakes and birds, moving on to larger prey as they age. Number 3. Star-nosed mole. A small mole that primarily inhabits forests, marshes, swamps, and the wet lowlands of North America and Canada. The star-nosed mole has a prominent and unusual snout that takes its appearance to a whole new level. The little creature's unique star-shaped nose features 22 pink, fleshy, tentacle-like appendages called rays. These act as feelers and can help the functionally blind mole to hunt prey and navigate the wetlands, looking for insects and worms or small fish. With 2 nostrils in the center, the nose gives the appearance of a tiny octopus that has grabbed hold of the mole and not let go. One of the most sensitive touch organs around, the mole's nose has more than 25,000 sensory receptors and helps the little creature to determine whether an object is suitable to eat. A carnivore, the star-nosed mole is known to be active throughout the day and night and continues to forage for food during the winter, swimming in icy streams, under frozen ponds, and snuffling through the snow. Covered in dark brown, water-repellent fur, the little mole has broad feet with claws and, when fully grown, can measure up to 8 inches in length and weigh around 50 grams. Although they can only see light and movement, star-nosed moles are excellent swimmers, using their feet and tail as propellers, sniffing out prey underwater by blowing bubbles toward them, then retrieving their scent by re-inhaling the same air bubbles is a relatively technical method. Not only does it help them to detect prey, but also potential predators. They are excellent diggers and generally build their nests in deep tunnels, using sticks, leaves, and dry grass to keep them dry. Number 2. Japanese spider crab. For an arachnophobe, the word spider is enough to create all sorts of horrifying visions of an 8-legged creature. Combine that with crab, and the mind goes into overdrive. With the greatest leg span of any arthropod, an invertebrate animal with an external skeleton, the Japanese spider crab can measure up to 5.5 meters, 18 feet, from claw to claw. If that isn't enough to get you hyperventilating into the nearest paper bag, then the fact that their body can grow up to 40 centimeters wide just might. Adding to their eerie allure, these crabs are known to camouflage themselves with sponges and other sea creatures, blending into their surroundings to avoid predators. Their long, spindly legs, while delicate-looking, are surprisingly strong and capable of withstanding the pressure of deep-sea environments. Despite their size, they are slow movers, which makes them vulnerable to fishing nets and human activity. In fact, overfishing has led to concerns about their population, prompting conservation efforts in some regions. Not only that, the Japanese spider crab has been known to weigh in at almost 20 kilograms, the average weight of an American 6-year-old. The world's largest crustacean, the spider crab was discovered in 1836 and typically resides in the ocean at depths of between 490 to 980 feet. Of the male and female, the male is known to have the longer chelipeds. These are either of the 2 legs that carry a claw. Aside from its obvious size difference, the Japanese spider crab's appearance differs considerably from that of other crabs. For example, the pleopods or swimming limbs of the male are usually twisted. The crab's larva is more primitive, and it's colored orange with white spots along its legs. And like our friend the Atlantic wolffish, the spider crab may appear ferocious, but it's reported to have a gentle disposition. Some good news at last. Number 1. Creatonottos Ganges moth. If you thought moths were creepy, they don't have anything on the Creatonottos Ganges moth. Found in the northern regions of Western Australia, the Northern Territory, Queensland, and Southeast Asia, this insect is a unique species of Arctian moth whose appearance is downright terrifying, resembling a bizarre combination of a moth and alien. Its wings are patterned with intricate designs, almost like a warning to predators that this is no ordinary insect. The male moth's pheromone-releasing appendages, called cormata, look like something out of a sci-fi movie, inflating like grotesque balloons when he's ready to attract a mate. These cormata can grow to an unsettling size, flapping and pulsating as they release their chemical signals into the air. The sight of these appendages in action has been described as both fascinating and horrifying, leaving many viewers torn between awe and revulsion. Adding to the drama, the moth's bright colors serve as a warning to potential predators that it may be toxic or unpalatable. Despite its alien-like appearance, the moth plays an important role in its ecosystem, helping to pollinate plants and maintain balance in its environment. However, its bizarre courtship display has made it a viral sensation, with videos of the moth spreading across social media like wildfire. Some have even compared its behavior to a scene from a horror movie, with its abdomen seemingly coming to life, antennae sprouting like tufts from its abdomen, This little delight sent social media users scrambling for the power button. In fact, one person was said to declare, "I'd burn the house down if I saw this. Get in line, you would not be alone." The female moth has a red or yellow stomach, and the male, who appears to take courtship very seriously, has 4 inflatable appendages that unfurl from inside its abdomen, spreading his pheromones to find a mate, even if they're several kilometers away. Looking like that, he'd need some sort of superpower to secure a mate, that's for sure. These are just a few things that make creatures scary. They also make these same creatures great for horror movies or even Disney films. Can you think of other elements that should be included? Also, check out our other cool content on screen right now. See you next time.